Okay, we're back once again with the Renegade Master when it comes to Midjourney prompting. And as you can see, we're starting off strong. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Japanese lady. But this is a really cool prompt that I was experimenting with. I think it's really kind of artistic and sort of stylized. I've gone with shades on this one. And I'll just show you the prompt. It's not going to all be Japanese ladies, honestly. As ever, I'm going to be going through some of my favorite prompts that I've discovered over the last week or so. I hope you're enjoying these things. If you've not seen my other ones, there's some cracking prompts in my other videos as well. Make sure you hit subscribe, and that way you'll be always up to date with me doing these prompt sessions. Anyway, we're kicking off with this one here. This is courtesy of Tekhala. Tekhala here. Here he's gone with, I'll show you this one here. Portrait of an Afro woman with sunglasses, ink, rotoring marker art, blurred newspaper background, strong edges, psychedelic motives, synth wave gradient effect, and I'm absolutely loving it. This is great work. I mean, look at that. It's like Foxy Brown or something. Really cool. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So obviously I've given it my own spin, as you can see, and just put Japanese lady, and I've kept the shades in. Again, if you're interested in the prompts and the links, I'll put them all down in the YouTube description down below for you. But really nice. I'm loving it. This could be, one of these could be the thumbnail. You never know. Right, next one, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado. Okay, this next one is completely different, much more practical. Maybe could use for a presentation or a poster or an infographic or something like that. And this is from one of our favorite prompters. Should we call them prompters? Promptees? Pyrrhic Chevalier here. Chara's Power AI. And as you can see here, look, really cool. These could make good graphics for a website or a presentation or something like that. And basically, this is the prompt. Flat illustration of subjects seen, color 1, color 2, gradient, isolate on Y, S100. Okay, so let's go with this and see what we've got. And we'll fire it up. Right, so here, the subject scene. Okay, barista serving coffee in a cafe, yeah. And then we're going to go, my favorite colors, orange, and I'm going to go crazy purple. Let's give that a go. Here we go. While that's cooking, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to show you this sketch type thing here that I did earlier. I mean, look at these. Really good. Look, they look sort of sketched oil painting of my other favorite, when it's not Japanese ladies, obviously, Godzilla. I'll just tell you what this prompt was while I was waiting. So this is a watercolor pencil sketch in contemporary interpretation, infusing a modern touch into traditional watercolor pencil technique, resulting in a fusion of classic and avant-garde elements with the portrayal of, and then you just put in here, I put cybernetic Godzilla. Originally, I just put in Godzilla here, and I got this. What I really like about these ones here, if you posted that on Instagram, it looks like you've taken a photograph of your notebook that you've done this illustration in. You see, it's got the wired binding here. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. That's very Midjourney version 6. It's almost like it gives you a photograph of the sort of art style that you're doing. Rather than just sort of create a picture that's the art style, it creates a picture of the art style as if you've then gone and taken a photograph of it. So as though you've sketched it all out and then you've taken a photograph of it and posted the photograph. That's what I find with version 6 of Midjourney. Anyway, let's go back and see how we're doing. Wow, look at this. Really cool. Look at these. Now, these are, in my opinion, super stylish. So if you were doing a design for a coffee shop, a menu, or something like this, I mean, graphic illustrators, watch out. The hands are sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it could be 2 hands there. It's hard to tell. But really, really cool. He's putting his own writing here. But you can see how you can create incredible vector graphics from these. Let's do another one. Just to, you know, we'll get back to the Japanese ladies. Don't worry. I'm joking. Let's just do another one here. Same thing. Flat illustration. Okay, we're going to put a cyclist in a cycle race. Let's give it a go. I'm going to do a variation of number, while I'm waiting, of number 1 there. That is impressive. That is so cool. Okay, these are rendered through now. Again, look at these. great vector graphics. You can have an art design style that you could use across a presentation or a website or something like that, just using the same prompt each time. This flat illustration of subject matter, orange and purple gradient, isolate and white. So if you had a presentation with different types of slides, you know, someone in a meeting or whatever it is that you had to present, and you wanted an artistic theme, that's what makes a slide, you know, a deck, as they call it, a deck, you know, look professional. You know, it's got a very distinct and unified design. Well, I think that's how it should look. It should just look like random clip art, although there's a bit, these are kind of much more stylish than just sort of clip art. These are more variations on that vector style there of the coffee shop barista. Nice and simple, clean design. Okay, so from the practical to something a bit more interesting. So again, this one now, these are really cool. This is from, again, another one from Tech Hala. I think he's going to feature a number of times here. A humanoid majestic warrior. Look at these. Great illustrations. I'm loving it. A humanoid majestic warrior with, and then type of animal mask, epic fighter, 80s synthwave nostalgic vibes, digital illustration, all the rest. Right. So let's go with this, see what we come up with. I'm going to put here an octopus mask, and we'll see what we get with that. So let's fire that one up. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at these. Wow. So look at this. Look at this, almost sort of samurai warlord type going on here with this fabulous octopus head. I'm loving the vibrant colors in it. This is nice as well. Much more, this bit more comic book style. Wow, look at this, real almost cyberpunkish craziness going on here. These are amazing. And this first one, the detail in the first one, I mean, they're all cool, but the details in the first one, it's interesting. Whenever you do these, I mean, I didn't specifically say samurai in any of these, but often when I do samurai, and certainly on Midjourney version 5s, the swords were terrible. You had like bits coming out the end of the sword. Interestingly enough, this sword is really good, and this one's not too bad. But this is really good. Often I have like extra blades coming out the back. You know, it's a bit like extra fingers and stuff like that. I'm loving number one. I'm just gonna enlarge. Let's enlarge number one. Why don't we have variation of number one? Let's have a look at this in more detail. I'm gonna save that one. As I said, let me know down in the comments below which of these you prefer. Number one, number two, number three, or number four. Put it in the comments down below. I'll be curious what you think. Wow. I'm loving the colors in here, the detail. These are so cool. Such good illustrations, digital art here. I mean, as inspiration for, you know, any sort of creative inspiration, these are great platforms with which to sort of bounce off, just get some ideas if you're trying to create an imaginative, crazy world. I'm going to do another one of these. I just want to see here. So I've done the same thing here, but I've gone for panther mask. I'm going to do it horizontal like the last ones, but I want to see what it looks like with a panther. Okay, so here are the panther ones. Okay, I'm just loving the digital art look. Look at this with his mask. He's got like a double mask on, in case, you know, for different environments maybe. This sort of warrior, more modern warrior here, if he needs to go into like on a sunny planet or wherever, where the light's too bright. Put down these special goggles or something like that. And then this fella down here, the last one in his sort of leather looking jacket, looking like a mean MF, isn't he? I'm loving the purples in them as well. That's the great thing. Midjourney creating these digital illustrations. It's so good. Clearly, you know, the training has been quite heavy on those sort of digital illustrations, along with sort of the photographic realism. I think I prefer I mean, they're super cool. These are dudes. These are super cool. Imagine a game. Well, there are games in which you sort of play humanoid animal type things. But if you, again, like game design, just coming up with design concepts. Imagine like a battle royale type thing, and you're playing a cat like this. Oh, amazing. or a kind of mad octopus creature like this. Brilliant. Right. Next one, we're going to go for the illustration style, like a bit like these ones here, but much more distinct. We're going to go for this time. And this is courtesy of, shout out here to Alexandra Ashling, right? Ashling. Alla Ashling here. And it is an ink wash and illustrating, capturing the essence of, now look, it's not just me, ladies and gentlemen. This is not mine. Not just me that goes for the Japanese ladies. There's a theme when it comes to AI art. I tell you, I see a lot of Japanese ladies in AI art, or, you know, Southeast Asian ladies. Must be. I wonder why that is. Ink and wash illustration capturing the essence of, with a dynamic contrast of bold ink lines, delicate washes, creating a visually compelling composition that balances strength and subtlety. Now, in this, she's put enigmatic geisha. Okay, let us try. Look, because she's Ashleen there has already done the Japanese lady. Let's put in here, and we're going to put here our alternative. I just want to see what this looks like. Okay, we just put in Godzilla. I know it lacks imagination. We can put other things in. If you want to see other things, put it down in the chat below, and then next time round, I'll make sure that we do more than just Godzilla and the ladies. Okay, let's see what this one turns out like. Okay, so again, look at these. It's interesting that the Godzilla, the Godzilla design is so much more like Godzilla than it used to be. Maybe it's been practicing, you know, the data it's fed, but I'm loving look at the ink splashes on here, almost, and the smudging. It gives it that, here with the kind of the paint splashes or ink splashes here, giving a sense of action and movement and destruction. I think my favorites are, number one, I just love this drips of paint and ink, or drips of ink. I think it has to be, I don't know, it's hard, between 1 and 3. Again, let me know down in the comments which one you think is the better, but I think I'm going to upscale 1. It's so authentic as a sort of ink illustration. Look at here. These sort of dribbles of ink, as I say, sort of help emphasize the movement and the destruction. As I said, really, really nice. That's a good one. Now, I'm not going to do this next one, but I want to show you it because I just think it's a nice example. And again, this one here, check this out. This is by Oscar Bartolome. And look, it's Hello Kitty, yeah, and Venom in a specific style. In the style of Abstrakte Kunst, iconic album covers. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Alan Moore, yeah, Alan Moore I am. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the predator and a cute cat. That is brilliant. That is truly excellent. She looks miserable. Grumpy cat. They both look a bit miserable, predator and the kitty. That is great. So that is courtesy here. Arte d'Ingeniero. There we are. Oscar Bartolome. Highly recommend you check out his tweets. They're really, really cool. Okay, so here we go. Much more sort of nice, bold, artistic color ones. Basic prompt here. This is from Ludwig Creator. I always want to say the creator. Ludwig Creator at Ludwig Creator there. And very basic here, but a lot of sort of flowing movement going on here. Oh, hello. See? Another geisha. Let's see what he's put here. Flowing gold and crimson brushwork, visualizing geisha as cycles of renewal. It's interesting, but he always puts some sort of expression in here, like cycles of renewal. I've seen that before. And then lets Midjourney interpret what he means by a kind of almost esoteric description. Let's try it out anyway. Imagine. And then we're going to put in again. Let's go orange and purple because I love the last orange and purple colors I used. Visualizing. Okay. So what should we do? I'm going to put a Japanese dancer. not a geisha, but a Japanese dancer as cycles of renewal. Now, interesting, will it give me a male dancer or a female dancer? Who knows? Roll it. Oh, yes. What I like about here is, in a way, I like this one. It's much more simplistic. It's like brushstrokes. And if you think about it's almost that Japanese single brushstroke style almost. This one's much more detailed. And I'm not sure it works so well. Much more detail in the face, which in itself is good, but I love the idea of the brushwork. So I think here, the paint, the mix of the paint and the flow and the swirl. For me, I like the minimalist number 3, with it sort of, it consisting of basic brushstrokes, other than she's sticking the V's up there. Give me the V sign. Other than the detail in the sort of the silhouette there, even though that's quite basic, I'm just loving the free-flowing brushstrokes that are going through and emanating through this picture. It's just that even on number 1, even though the main picture is very detailed, I just love the sort of the background. Well, it's both background and foreground. That's really cool. That would be really hard to paint in real life, because you'd have to do the paint stroke behind her and then paint her on top. So then how do you get this bottom stroke? Unless you did these top 2 strokes, then painted her on top, and then you did a separate stroke and sort of tried to join them, which is really hard to do. So in a way, I think this picture would be impossible to paint. Let me know what you mean. See what I mean? Because you've got the paint stroke, the single paint stroke here, yeah, or double paint stroke here in the background, but also in the foreground going over the detail of the main picture. Interesting. Really colourful though. As I said, if these sort of things you really like, I have in the past then ordered them as a stretch canvas, on a matte stretch canvas, and then put it on the wall. And there you go, unique art, just to kind of make your house look nice, or your flat, or whatever, Now, we're going to the next one here. Now, this is particularly close to my heart here, because I have always been a massive fan of Lego. But much more than that, I was lucky enough to work for the Lego company for a number of years, and some of the happiest times of my life working away at Lego. So I've always, as a kid, and it was my ambition in a way to, I wouldn't say it wasn't my ambition, I'd always imagined what it'd be like to work for Lego, and I was fortunate enough to, be able to work for Lego, and I loved working for the company. I love everything about Lego. So these are really cool, and they're pretty good. You can tell Midjourney is really well trained on images of what Lego minifigures look like. The hand's a bit janky on that one. Okay, that's not a very good Lego minifigure hand. But here, that's not too bad. But here, brilliant. And I'm loving how he's the sort of out of focus here. A thief robbing a bank in a Lego brick world, capturing the character's hands, holding a bag of Lego money with Lego bricks forming the bank interior, and alarmed people. I wouldn't know he was necessarily robbing a bank, but it's still good. Oh yeah, this is from Tech Haller again. So again, Tech Haller on the prompting duty there. Imagine. Now I've got to think of a title. Photo from first point of view. One of my favorite Lego kits when I was a kid, my sister bought me when I was about 10, 11, and it was the space set. I won't say what year that was in, but you could probably age me if you researched the space set. And it was like a moon-based set, and you had moon crater plates, blocks, bases that you could build the Lego kind of stuff on, and there was a little sort of spaceship and a rocket and everything. Really cool. So I've gone here, photo from first person point of view, Spaceman. What was he called in the Lego movie? Billy. Anyway, Spaceman in Lego brick world, capturing the characters holding a ray gun with Lego bricks forming the moon base and surroundings. Let's see what happens. Wow, there's a lot of Lego, a bit messy, some of the Lego going on here. But yeah, so now this first one, the moon base and the moon is all made of Lego. The same with the second one. I'm not sure about the gun. I mean, maybe, yeah, they could do with some work. This one here, number 3, open it in the browser for you. Number 3, it's like they're on the moon in real life. And then number 4, it's sort of made of Lego. The moon is made of Lego. Again, the hands are white. I'd probably go yellow hands, please. And the ray gun's a bit janky. But it's not bad. I think I'd have to experiment and have a few runs at it. I quite like, look, the reflection in his helmet, although it doesn't reflect what he's looking at, I don't think. But there we go, Lego Spaceman. Again, let me know which of these you like. You may not like any of them. Maybe think they're rubbish. I think I would probably spin it a few more times and try a few different scenarios and stuff like that to sort of, again, all I'm doing, these are first shot Midjourney prompts. The thing about prompting is you need to kind of, if you want to perfect it, you need to keep trying with the same prompt, tweaking it maybe, just giving it a different go, remixing it, looking for variety, until you find the picture that you really think nails what it is that you were looking for. I'm just going by the first thing it throws up and just seeing what happens and then sharing that with you on these ones. While I'm actually talking about practical things, I just want to share with you, I was experimenting with YouTube thumbnails, not necessarily for this channel, but I just thought, could you create a YouTube thumbnail? And so I asked, I think it was ChatGPT, to come up with some descriptions of a thumbnail for a video about, you know, dating in your 50s or first date at 50, whatever, right? It came up with a number of prompts, but again, I asked it put the title into the thumbnail as well. And look, we know that Midjourney's not quite there with the writing, but as thumbnails go, again, this was the first shot. I've not done any varieties. This was first attempt. It's pretty good. Even, as I said, if you're just looking to come up with ideas or concepts for a thumbnail, and then you create that thumbnail, you know, separately, IRL or whatever. The point is just to give you an idea or inspiration. Once Midjourney's really nailed the text and can get long text, you know, first date, what's changed, see what's dates, first date at 50, first date at changed 50, what's changed, confused. I've asked it to give a title far too long, but as just brief concepts, is this guy meant to be 50? As brief concepts and ideas for thumbnails, it's a great idea. You should try it out if you're interested in thumbnails. It also came up, I tried a different version here again, a man in his 50s. These were descriptions given to me by ChatGPT for a thumbnail, yeah? For a certain subject, dating at 50. A man in his 50s looking at a smartphone in confusion, symbolizing the new world of digital dating. Again, look at these. Aren't they great ideas, you know, concepts? Even if you didn't use this. I mean, this on itself, at number 2, I reckon if you could spin some of these a few times so that the writing is absolutely nailed, the text is nailed, but as concepts, as sort of illustrative, you know, illustrations, they're pretty good ideas, thumbnails. So, hey, who needs to design? It takes me ages. Well, it doesn't take me ages to design thumbnails, but I know for some people it takes ages to design thumbnails, and this is a great way to come up with some ideas. Ask ChatGPT or your large language model of choice to act as a YouTube SEO and designer expert. Train it and you say you are a YouTube thumbnail designer. Come up with some concepts for whatever subject your YouTube is. Stick it in. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you just to give you an idea what you can do on a more practical level rather than just create lovely little pictures to look at all the time. Right, next one that I think is of interest. Okay, this is a fun one. This is from Shikoba86, and it's one of these sort of comically illustrated, look at those, you know, those sort of really detailed versions of the sort of street artists. So if we put in like a celeb, comically exaggerated portrait of Dua Lipa. Okay. Let's put in someone that we are familiar with. Angelina Jolie. Wow. Oh, dear. Interesting. Does that work? Does that look like Angelina Jolie? I mean, what's going on there? You think it's funny? They make me laugh, but I'm not I'm not quite getting Angelina Jolie. Okay, what I've done, I've gone for Lionel Messi. Okay? Lionel Messi. We'll see what comes up with that one. Okay, now that looks like Lionel Messi. That's funny. Now that is good. I like those ones. I mean, number 3 is really close. Number 1 is funny there. That's so clever. Lionel Messi. There we go. That's excellent. I'm liking that one. I've also done one for Mo Salah, so let's see what he turns out like. Okay, so this one is Mo Salah. Wow. Now this one's good. I love the smile. He's got his kind of, when Mo Salah's in, like, his hair's unkempt and he's at full flight down the wing, running down that wing. That's how he looked like when he got injured for Egypt. Oh, ouch. And there he is, look, and the liver bird on his Liverpool shirt. They are good. The thing with this one is it's really dependent on it being a recognizable figure. That is so good. Number 1, less so, but certainly number 2 and number 4, I think, are bang on. Let's get a variation of number 2. Okay, put in Liverpool FC shirt, just so that we get the shirt, and we'll see what happens. And I like the fact they've done some of the different color shirts. They've got the New Balance here. Mo Salah looked great as a cartoon character, as a sort of comically exaggerated character. Its hair is brilliant. The detail is so good, and yet it's that comic exaggeration going on. I'm going to show my son those. He's going to love them. Right, one more now, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I've tried this one before and it comes out really well. Again, it's stylistic kind of modernist art here. And again, it's not just me. This is Ludwig Creator. And look there. It's not just me. Asian woman. He's just got Asian woman. He's just not, any Asian woman he's gone. But very simple prompt. Very simple prompt. But what you get is a very stylistic image. So we're going to use that prompt. And my son, I'm just going to ask him what he thinks. Oscar, check these out. Good, aren't they?
I like that. I like art.
It's sort of comic, exaggeration.
Like if someone on the sidewalk.
Yeah, like a pavement artist doing the thing. Yeah. Approval from the son there. Okay, so obviously we're not going to have Asian woman. We need to be more precise. Hey, look, I'm going to mix it up, right? Because I'll just get complaints otherwise. Korean woman, how about that? Yeah? We're not mucking about. Okay, this is the last one. This could be the thumbnail. Obviously, for clickbait reasons, we need sort of an attractive lady on the thumbnail. That's just how YouTube works, unfortunately. Joking. Although, when I try and do an A/B testing my thumbnail, I'm just saying, people. Right, let's see what this turns out like. This is much more modern art than even this original, which had a more photographic. We look at here at sort of this black and white photograph, suprematism, surrealism, yeah, and you've got a much more photorealistic image, and then this kind of modernist shapes on top and in the background. But this looks like modern art in terms of its painted style, a bit of cubism going on in some of these. Almost here, an element of cubism here. Who's that? Is it is it Mexican artist like Freda style? I'm loving the bold colors in number 2, and then to say there's sort of almost cubism going on in number 3 and 4. Therefore much more surreal in its artistic style. I mean, these bold colors on number 2 especially. I like that. The very, very sort of artistic. That's the great thing about Midjourney is it creates art. I'm saying it here. It's art, and you can create. Yes, it's derivative, but when you combine it with different ideas and concepts, you sometimes create something new. Most art is derivative to some sort. Very few genuine pioneers. The Surrealist movement had that, yes. Picasso, yes. Very distinct. These are, famous artists with a very distinct style. But everything underneath that is quite derivative, I would argue. These are great. They would make, again, this one, number, I personally think, well, they all could, but I think number 3 would make a great canvas. You put that on your wall because it's slightly more muted colors, so it's not leaping out at you. I think this is perhaps too bold as maybe wall art. I mean, it looks great. But if you did that, if you put number 3 on a stretch canvas, I think it would blend well, depending on, how you decorate your flat or apartment or house or whatever, it would blend well. Anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that. Another dive into some of my favorite Midjourney prompts of the week. Let me know your favorites down in the comments below. Any ideas or suggestions you'd like me to explore, or artists or people who put together prompts you'd like me to try, and things like that. Again, put it down in the comments down below. I will put as many of the links as I can to the original tweets where I got these prompts from, so you can go and look at them and follow them. If you're into prompting, then I highly recommend you follow a lot of these people because they come up with amazing Midjourney prompts. And again, don't forget to hit the likes because I like it, YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this. And if you are new to my channel, then arigato gozaimasu. Please hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with content just like this. And yeah, talking of content just like this, why don't you check out these videos over here? These ones here. Thanks for your time.